Ladies and gentlemen, the cult of Faucism is spreading hard and fast at double speed and double time. But worry not, because in today's video, we're going to be covering unlikely emerging heroes, NBA players speaking out for your rights and my rights with thoughts and facts. Meanwhile, our political and celebrity class have completely joined the cult and want you to follow. In today's video, we're going to be using Stephen Colbert and the new governor of New York as examples because unfortunately and undeniably, they've drank the Kool-Aid. Let's begin with the NBA players speaking out for our rights. There are 3 videos on the Twitter sphere that I want to show you. The first video is Bradley Beal, a superstar, a fantastic player. Let's hear what he has to say.
I don't give a damn about the herd or whatever it is. Every player, every person in this world is going to make their own decision for themselves. I would like an explanation to, people with vaccines, why are they still getting COVID? If that's something that we are...
I can explain that to Bradley here. The vaccine protects you against severe illness. However, it doesn't give you immunity. The CDC changed the definition of vaccine from immunity to protection because they're sneaky like that. There's your answer, Bradley.
Supposed to how they be protected from. Like, it's funny that it reduces your chances of going to the hospital. It doesn't eliminate anybody from getting COVID.
Facts.
Right? So everybody in here vax? I would assume, right? So you all can still get COVID, right?
He said they're less likely to die and go to the hospital, and that is true. Did you hear that, YouTube? Don't take this video down.
Okay, but you can still get COVID.
Correct.
Right. So, and you can still pass it along with the vax, right? I'm just asking a question.
Oh, sure. And so, like, having COVID back around the Olympics, like, that basically just saying, like, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but did having it change your opinion one way or another? Like, did it kind of re-emphasize that it means the vaccine is better than that?
No. That wasn't the case. I mean, yeah, I had it, but that doesn't mean I can't get it again.
That's correct.
I mean, it's
correct.
no different than somebody with the vaccine. Like, I developed antibodies for it, so my chances will be less likely now as well, right? But it's still a possibility I may get it. Just like there are players and coaches and staff who are vaxxed and missing camp right now because of it. So
what he's trying to say is that he's willing to risk it because vaxxed or unvaxxed, you can still get COVID. If you get the vax, sure, you have less possibilities of having severe illness, but who knows? But that's not even the best NBA player speaking out because sure, it was a good message, but it wasn't quite eloquent. Take a look at this. Jonathan Isaac from Orlando, not quite a superstar, but he's young. He'll get there.
Comments that appeared on that
Check this out.
You not getting a vaccination, why you don't want to get a vaccination, and were you misquoted in that article?
I would start by saying that I was pretty badly misrepresented in the Rolling Stone article.
Jonathan, let me know if you need a lawyer. I am in Florida. I am an attorney. Hit me up, brother.
And because of that, I can understand anyone who may say they don't transparently or overtly trust the media. In a frustrated tweet yesterday, I had noted that true journalism was dying. And to that, I would say that I appreciate every single one of you, those that try their best to correctly share the thoughts, the ideas, and the heart of the people that they're asking questions of. I'm not anti-vax. I'm not anti-medicine. I'm not anti-science. I didn't come to my current vaccination status by studying Black history or watching Donald Trump press conferences.
It's funny because we're going to get to the New York governor, but she calls unvaccinated people stupid people. Unvaccinated people are demeaned. Oh, what? You get that from a Trump rally? Come on.
I have nothing but the utmost respect for every healthcare worker and person in Orlando.
Also, isn't it kind of sad how when we're speaking about these subjects, we need to tippy toe? We don't want to be called an anti-vaxxer, a white supremacist, a crazy person, be taken off YouTube, be fired from your job. It's crazy.
And all across the world that have worked tirelessly to keep us safe. My mom has worked in healthcare for a really long time. I thank God, I'm grateful that I live in a society where vaccines are possible and we can protect ourselves and have the means to protect ourselves in the first place. But with that being said, it is my belief that the vaccine status of every person should be their own choice and completely up to them without bullying, without being pressured, or without being forced into doing so. I'm not ashamed to say that I'm uncomfortable with taking the vaccine at this time. I think that we're all different. We all come from different places. We've all had different experiences and hold dear to different beliefs. And what it is that you do with your body when it comes to putting medicine in there should be your choice, free of the ridicule and the opinion of others.
That's correct. There's another video that I want to show you on Twitter. That has nothing to do with this, but since we're here, why not watch it? I thought it was fantastic. Pretty random. So the first time I saw this, I didn't see the monkey until now. Let me know if you saw it before. Alright, enough with the wholesome content. Let's get back to the cult of Faucism. Before we move on to Stephen Colbert and the New York governor, or governess, let's stay with Jonathan Isaac for a bit.
Josh Robbins with The Athletic. What is it about the vaccine that makes you hesitant to get it?
I would start with I've had COVID in the past, and so our understanding of antibodies, of natural immunity has changed.
Jonathan didn't get the memo. Natural immunity is for white supremacists.
Great deal from the onset of the pandemic, and is still evolving. I understand that the vaccine would help if you catch COVID, and you'll be able to have less symptoms from contracting it. But with me having COVID in the past and having antibodies, with my current age group and physical fitness level, it's not necessarily a fear of mine. Taking the vaccine, like I said, it would decrease my chances of having a severe reaction, but it does open me up to the, albeit rare chance, but the possibility of having an adverse reaction to the vaccine.
You heard it,
itself.
YouTube.
I don't believe that being unvaccinated means infected, or being vaccinated means uninfected. You can still catch COVID with or without having the vaccine. I would say, honestly, the craziness of it all, in terms of not being able to say that it should be everybody's fair choice without being demeaned or talked crazy to, doesn't make one comfortable to do what said person is telling them to do. Yeah, I would say that's a couple of the reasons that,
Incredibly eloquent and articulate. More than Bradley Beal and more than me.
Ouch! Oh, hi.
By the way, Jonathan Isaac is the same young man who stood up when everybody else kneeled. During the George Floyd riots, when everybody was kneeling for the anthem, he stood up. Because he's a man who loves his God and loves his country. Of course, the leftists, they hate this because they think, what, a black man who loves God and loves his country, how could this be? So they hate him. They'll probably call him the derogatory names towards black people who, I can't say these things on YouTube, but Jonathan Isaac is a young man of principle and a role model for the future generations. But let's move on to the vaccine dance, the cult dance, courtesy of Stephen Colbert. Now, I'm not going to be watching this one with you because I've seen enough and I don't want to see it again, and I'm going to have to see it again when I edit. So, I'm saving myself a couple of inches on the hairline here. By the powers vested in me as supreme ginger of the land, I hereby sentence little Stephen Colbert to death.
That's crazy.
Sorry about that, my cousin Judge Ginger. Sometimes he likes to sneak into the show. What are you gonna do? But let me introduce you now to the New York governess, Kathy Hochul, and her new religion, or cult, whatever you want to call it.
God let you survive this pandemic because he wants you to do great things someday. He let you live through this when so many other people did not. And that is also your responsibility. But how do we keep more people alive? We are not through this pandemic. I wished we were, but I prayed a lot to God during this time. And you know what? God did answer our prayers. He made the smartest men and women, the scientists, the doctors, the researchers. He made them come up with a vaccine. That is from God to us. And we must say, thank you, God. Thank you. And I wear my vaccinated necklace all the time to say, I'm vaccinated. All of you. Yes, I know you're vaccinated. You're the smart ones. But you know there's people out there who aren't listening to God and what God wants. You know this. You know who they are. I need you to be my apostles. I need you to go out and talk about it and say, we owe this to each other. We love each other. Jesus taught us to love one another. And how do you show that love? But to care about each other enough to say, please get vaccinated because I love you. I want you to live. I want our kids to be safe when they're in schools. I want you to be safe when you go to a doctor's office or to a hospital and are treated by somebody. You don't want to get the virus from them. You're already sick or you wouldn't be there.
You know, never mind all the God stuff. She has a necklace that says Vaxed. How is this not a cult? And she separates the population into the clean vaccinated and the unclean unvaccinated. What does this lady want? Genocide? Because she's going down the slippery slope of how to get a genocide. Unbelievable. New York. Also in New York, thousands of health workers and nurses are being fired because they refuse the jab. For many reasons, be it religion, fear based on facts, fear based on disinformation, maybe natural immunity, for whatever reason. But these were the heroes on the front lines. And now, throw them away. Garbage, disposable. Bring in the National Guard. Wait, what do you call that when you take out the civilians and bring in the military? Interesting. And what happened to, there's no room in the hospitals, there's no in the room. Well, there's going to be less room now. Thousands being fired. And not just New York, across the country. Unbelievable. And you're hearing a lot of Vaks people getting COVID. Personally, I've heard of a lot of people, and you've seen, for example, Harvard, all the classes in Harvard are going online because even though they have an almost 99% vax rate, they've had surges and outbreaks amongst mostly vaccinated students. Now, of course, the vaccines work to prevent severe illness. Of course, YouTube, of course. But my question is this. Hypothetically speaking, of course, this is not reality, but hypothetically speaking, let's say that the Fauci ouchie ended up being bad. Let's say it made the situation worse. Do you think that Big Pharma and the government is going to come out and say so and admit it? Because honestly, I don't think so. I've been thinking about this question a lot. Let me know what you think down below. Comment, like this video, share it. I know it's a little spicy for YouTube, but I think it contains information that it's valuable to most citizens of the United States, if not the world. So thank you for watching, like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you next time.